Hello and welcome to today's Bold Trail Academy. Here with Steve Hillier as always. And we are in week 2 of really what I call my foundational series on AI. I've used AI for a couple years now, and it's become really just a valuable tool of my business. And so in that process, people around me in my sphere have come to notice that, hey, your content's gotten better, you seem to be more efficient, your emails are better, all these sort of things. And so I've shared it around that, hey, I'm using AI, but other agents who use it, other people that use it, haven't really gotten the same results. And so last week, we started off with week 1 of this, and I have it here in the school platform. This is week 1. And what we're talking about is just very foundational AI. I'm not here to say I'm an AI expert. I'm not going to go super deep into AI. What I want to do is to show you how to train your AI to be your personal digital assistant so that it knows and understands your business goals and objectives, so that when you're using AI, it is producing content that's aligned with who you are as an agent. And I find this to be super important because if you don't have the foundational steps programmed within your AI, it doesn't sound like you. It doesn't align with who you are. And you'll produce content and people will look at it and go, where did that come from? So this is something I did early on. And in week 1, I shared with you this prompt to produce 25 questions so AI could ask you 25 questions so it knows and understands your business goals and objectives. The cool thing about this, Steve, and I know that you're going through it, it's a process, but within these 25 questions, I would venture to say half of them you've never even thought of.
That's true. I haven't thought of them, and this actually was a very difficult task for me. So I just want to be candid with everybody. I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
And I have used the note feature, so I'm currently working on it. And I think I'm at answer question 7 right now, just trying to get through these prompts.
Yeah.
And then you save it in your note card, which Alex will go into some of those steps for you guys. So this isn't something you have to tackle in one sitting.
It's a very good point. I gave everyone homework last week because with this foundational AI series, it's not just me pressing buttons and showing you how to use BoldTrail. What I'm really doing is creating an AI model that you can use to use BoldTrail better. And so my blog content that I produce, I've shared the prompt before to create that blog content. And what I didn't realize when I shared it a couple months ago is that if you haven't trained your AI, I'm showing you in this foundational series, it produces content, but it's not aligned with who you are as an agent.
And I might make a comment. If you don't take these steps, everyone that's looking at your content is just going to brush it off and they're going to say, oh, it just looks like AI created it. But when it begins to understand you, they will see your personality come through that content. Now you have really powerful connections.
So this is the prompt right here. I put it in quotes. I realized that I hadn't put a space in here. And I had some agents coming to me saying, well, it created all my questions around just BoldTrail and Alex Dyer. And so I had a couple agents do that. I said, no, it's just in the quotes. So I've gone ahead and put a space in here, and it's just this area in the quotes, just to clear that up. But week 1 is there, and if you miss week 1, go back and watch it. I think the video it's a 5-minute video. We actually forgot to record it last week. So I shot it again at home and just focused on the main points of what I was trying to get across. So that's week 1. So let's get into and take a look at it. Business goals and objectives. So I use this note card feature on my Apple machine, and I absolutely love it because I have all my questions and answers saved right there. And back when I did this, it was, I think, 10 questions. So obviously I should go in and update it, which I can do because I've saved it in my note card. And so what I want you to do is go in and each one of these, you go in and answer the questions right within your note card. And then once you're done answering it, you copy all of this. And this is a really important step, is you go back to your original Now, again, I'm using Grok and I have the bookmarks. And so what I want you to do, and I know this is getting into the weeds a little bit, but if you go in and save the bookmark, you can go in and just paste it right in there.
I'm gonna make one comment. I want you guys to observe Alex is using this, so he's walking the walk, and that's why he's being recognized as one of the top 12 trainers in America right now, giving you this information. So
Yeah.
this is legitimately something he practices every day.
And as you can see, I have AI BoldTrail enhancing lead generation. So I'm going through and I'm using this. Distressed Property Solutions, Placer, Sacramento County. I built a landing page and I have a whole AI series that I've discussed with the AI to build that landing page. And it looks great. But my point is that you want to bookmark these and then go and search business, go to profile remedy, tailored. I have all these different prompts in here under business goals and objectives. And what I'm showing you is that after I did my prompt on this, I went in and have been using it constantly because it knows what my business is. So let's get into it. I'm going to run it right here and I'll go back. Now I pay for Grok, so I have Super Grok. Let me go home. It's stuck in a loop.
Volume down.
All right, so I'm going to go back just so that we're clear. And I'm going to go to week 1 and I'm going to copy this and I'll go back over to my AI. And so it's thinking and it generates this. Here it is generating. And I go over this in week 1, but I'm going to go over it again in week 2 because it's that important. So it just generated the list. It took less than 30 seconds. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to go back over to my note card. And in this case, I'm going to make a new note card and I'm going to paste it in. So now we have our questions. So within this exercise, you're going to go in and answer each one of these. And if you don't know the answer to it, if you don't know or haven't thought about core values that guide your business decisions and operations, it's a simple question, but the answer is pretty deep to that. So go in and use AI to say, hey, as a real estate professional in South Placer County or wherever you are, what would be the typical business decisions that guide my operation? And then the AI will come back and say, well, typically, and it'll give you 5,000 words on what that is. And then it's up to you to go in and pare that down. So once you get that done, you come back over to the prompt. And because I've done it, I'm just going to copy it right here. And I'm going to say, here are the answers. That's a simple way of doing it. Let's go a little deeper into it. So prompt 1, prompt 2, here are the answers to the questions. Copy this, and I will share this. You need to know, here are the answers to the 25 questions you need to know so you can fully understand my business, customers, and goals. After reviewing the answers, please ask me any follow-up questions you deem necessary. So we're going to go and capture this. And again, I'll put this in the school platform. I'm going to paste that in there. And I'm going to go over to my note card. And guys, you don't have to use a note card. You could use a Word document, you can use whatever you want. I just want you to have it in a document that you can save for later.
I will comment though, the note card is more efficient from my understanding. When I used the Word document earlier this week, it didn't format it exactly like I thought it should, and it confused me. So going into the note card, it actually gave a very clear copy of exactly what AI gave me so that I could get to each questions with a little more ease. So this was using AI to its efficiency. So my recommendation is use your note card. I think it's going to help you.
All right, so going back, this is very foundational, you guys. You should not be intimidated by this. You guys should look at this as an opportunity to sharpen up your business. And with that said, we had Brent here in the office yesterday for our Thursday huddle. If I could replicate half the energy of that man, I would just find myself fortunate. But one thing that he said that stood out to me is that this market's about ready to break wide open. We had 5.5 million transactions that didn't happen last year. We have people that are trapped in their homes, and when interest rates do come down, even by 1%, this market's going to break open. And so if you go through this exercise now, well, it is slow. Well, we're not having big volume. You could be sitting at an open house. I know that agents are doing open houses like crazy. This is a great exercise to do at your open house. You're sitting there when the client comes in, you can come back to it. But we have the time, is my point. We have the time to do this so that we can fine tune who we are as an agent, what our business goals and objectives are, and create a business coach, create a marketing director, a content creator. As we move through this, we're going to create a content schedule custom to what your goals and objectives are so that you know what to do, what to post, when to post every day of the week. And it's important because we need to have a schedule as an agent. The worst thing you could do is not have a schedule and you sit at your desk in the morning and go, what should I do next? I think I'll scroll on social for a while. I think I'll waste a bunch of time. But anyway, back to the prompt. So I pasted it in there and now it's come up with these follow-up questions. So these follow-up questions, I'll just simply go in here and I'll copy them. I'm going to go back over to my note card and I'm going to continue the process and we will paste it right in there. And now I have 14 follow-up questions.
I'm going to make a point. If you guys skip this step, if you choose not to train your AI, it's going to create basic information. It's not going to know who you are. And what you're asking it to do is create content. Aren't we in this world of content? You're all like, how do I answer this question? How do I create the right content? What we're trying to guide you to is for BoldTrail, it's going to need certain content and we want it to know you better.
Yeah. So I know that we're not in BoldTrail right now. We're not pushing buttons and creating blogs and that sort of thing. We're taking a step back with this series to say, look, let's use AI. This really stems from being at the Build conference in Anaheim. We had 25 speakers that were there.
It was actually overwhelming. And everybody was embracing AI. And we came to the conclusion, if we don't slow down to go fast, you're all going to get wiped out by this new trend. So we want you guys to be equipped so you're actually using these tools. And you don't have to use them extensively. Very briefly, you just use them a little bit each week. You're going to be ahead of all your competition.
And as you can see, it's just not about creating content. When you get done with this exercise, you're going to look at your business completely differently. Angel.
In Canva, there's a tab that says Canva AI. Do you also recommend we use that as well?
I haven't used Canva AI, so maybe you and I will sit down and take a look at that.
Okay.
Right now, I'm focusing my efforts towards Grok, but like I said last week, I use Chat, I use Claude, I use these other AIs, and now that I have this exercise done and saved in a note card, the cool thing is I go in, if I have a new AI that I'm using, I'll go in and say, this is our first time working together. I am going to tell you who I am and what my business goals and objectives are so that the content you produce for me aligns with who I am. And I'll take this entire note card and I copy and paste it into whatever AI I'm migrating over to or using in addition to. I think that's super cool because it doesn't matter. You're not married to just one AI. It doesn't matter which one you're using. I think I use 4 right now, and all 4 of them knows exactly who I am as an agent and what my business goals and objectives are. So it's a big concept. It really is. But like Steve said, let's slow down to go fast.
I'll make a quick comment. Running big teams, running teams of hundreds of agents and having assistants and having the people that help us with those teams, it takes years to get these assistants properly to understand what you're trying to accomplish. So when you give them a task, frankly, if they're new, they're not going to do the task correctly. So this is saving all of that labor. So now if you want to be a big team or you want to be a really high hitting agent doing hundreds of transactions through a team or even improving your own, this is going to take you there. It is not a step you guys can avoid.
So as you can see, I use it almost every single day. I do use it every day. And a lot of what I'm doing right now is I have teams that are contacting me to create smart campaigns. They're specific to what their business goals and objectives are. I'm not creating the content, Steve. I'm not. And I tell them that. What I'm doing is I'm creating a prompt specific to what the request is. then I'm generating the content, and then I email it to them or communicate it to them, whatever I'm doing, and say, look, does this align with what your messaging is? They come back to me and say, yes, this is what I want to say. And then at that point, once I get their blessing, I go ahead and create a smart campaign for them that they then go use.
So I'm going to reference the New Vision EXP site where we do our 12-week challenge, and everyone's welcome to join us with these different types of events that we're doing. But one of the elements we do is we want to teach you guys how to find your niche. So what is your niche? You want to go after the silver crowd, the boomers? Do you want to take the millennials? What is your approach? You're going to be buyer only centric? You can be listing only centric? As this system begins to understand you, you're going to create a content and campaigns that are directed to what you're trying to achieve. And if you niche yourself, you'll sell more homes than all the other agents around you.
That's right. Steve and I are going after land and ranch.
That's right.
And it really, we went through the training, which the training is no joke. Doing land and ranch is you have to know that segment.
Yeah.
Training comes
You might
from-
take them to the resource and marketing tab right there. So if you just go down, that's where you're going to find the 12-week challenge. So click on that. Now, these are things we do for our team, but we are really open to anyone in the nation joining us in these trainings. We're talking about really putting you through something that helps you produce a lot of business, but
Yeah.
part of that is to find your niche and who are you as an agent.
That's right. And that's what we're talking about right now. So I'm not going to go any further. I wanted to demonstrate today how to answer these questions. And then once you have them answered, what to do with them. I don't want to give you a fire hose of information and lose everybody here. So really today is kind of a repeat of what we did in week 1, but I just think it's important to go
So
over
you
it.
guys have got some great walking, some steps you need to take. And I just encourage you, please. We got a couple questions in the Q&A. We're going to stop this recording and do some Q&A, and we're going to answer how to use the notes section so that you can actually go into AI today, put those prompts in, and then set up your notes section. And we're not going to take it beyond that because we want you to just start.
Yeah.
The series will take you step by step through the things you need to do to build this.
All right, I'm going to stop the recording, then we'll come back for the Q&A. Okay, what do we have for questions?
Well, the first question, and I believe the question came from Carlos. Thank you, Carlos. I think that was your question. Show us how or what app to find your note section, the note, so you can paste that note. And it
Okay.
was a very simple application. Most computers have it already.
Yeah.
Go ahead and show us.
Yeah, so just so that we're all clear, I run on a Mac. And so
Well, let's stop everyone. We really can't help you if you use a PC, so we're sorry.
Yeah.
You guys can buy us one.
We're kidding you guys will do great on your PC,
No, I mean,
but please
yeah.
consider a Mac.
So I use the note card. If you go into your Finder, go into apps, and then you can find notes in here. Right here is the notes. Now, the cool thing about this, and I'll share this with you, is that it's on my phone as well. So can you guys see that? And so I carry my notes wherever I go. And they sync with my Mac. They're on everything syncs together. It's on my tablet. Everything syncs together. And the other thing, like my wife and I have an ongoing shopping list. So we share our shopping list with each other. Yep.
How do you do that?
Well, it's
text, right? It's a text back and forth.
yeah, but once they accept the invite, you can both edit.
There's a section to share, and frankly, Alex and I did a camp, and he shared a note with me, and I didn't know how to do this because I'm a technology small person.
Yeah.
It struggles for me, but I've learned to do this, so
Yeah.
you guys can all do it.
On what app is that? Forgive me, Steve.
Notes.
It's the Notes app.
Oh, you can share notes with one. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's one of
Make it
the.
sound so simple, Tom.
It's
It actually is.
Let's just take them from the very beginning. If they're using a Mac, and maybe we'll do a little research on the PCs to how to do that.
Yeah.
But I would recommend go into AI if you have a PC and say, please
Yeah.
instruct me how to find my note
And then
section.
I have it down here in my bookmarks
How do I get a Mac?
where I have it in the
AI.
bookmark.
Tom says, how do I get a Mac?
And then the other cool thing is that when I'm in my notes, you can see that it shows that I'm in the notes in my iPhone. It's a really one of the cooler features on a Mac. So did I answer the question?
Yes.
So yeah, good stuff. Um,
Well, you did answer it, and actually, Carlos got a follow-up question. So let's look at this. Look
Yeah.
at the icon, help to find it easier. Thanks for showing. Well, thank you, Carlos.
yeah.
But take them through it once more, just because we've got a little recording going. Just go from dead stop where someone will find it.
Okay, so because I use it every day, it's right here in my dock.
In the toolbar.
Yeah, but if you're not there, I can go in here to applications, and then you can scroll down, or you could just search notes.
The best way to find it is to hold down Command and hit Spacebar, and that'll drop
See, we
your
learned something.
search.
Command space.
Yep, hit Command Spacebar. It throws up your search engine, and you just type notes.
Yep, there's that too.
Type whatever you want. There it is.
Yep.
David, you're awesome. We appreciate you.
There
Problem.
is a dozen ways to get there.
But just get a
Without a
Mac
doubt.
to begin with.
Yeah. But yeah, you have to start with getting a Mac, and that's the easiest way. On a PC, I'm sure there's some application on a PC,
What's that?
but I'm not sure. So, all right. Any other questions, Steve?
I don't know. I don't see any in the chat, but you guys take yourself off mute if you want to ask us anything. We've got a couple more minutes in this question and answer session. And our whole goal today is not to freak you out. And I'm always freaked out about AI, but
Yeah.
I simply started. This week, I started this prompt because I
Mhm.
wanted to be able to do it with Alex and show you guys it was possible. I got to question 7. So don't feel like you need to eat this whole cow today or
Yeah.
elephant today. It's just we want you to learn how to use the note section. Get yourself a Grok or a chat account, something that is unique to you with your password so that you can begin to train it like you would a full-blown assistant. Now, someone that's actually hired lots of assistants that's, and we're blessed to run a top 50 team in EXP and got some cool accolades. Actually, we made 146 this year out of the top 1,000 teams in America. But with that silly experience is I have learned to train and hire assistants, and it is really hard. It takes months, if not years, to get someone to really understand what you're doing. And within a few days, you can train these to give you amazing information so you can be
Yeah.
efficient.
Yeah. I mean, I use mine to answer emails. I don't, there is an app you can get so it automatically answers all your emails. I don't do that. I tried it. I didn't really like it. So what I do is I'll go in and I'll put my answer to the email in, and then I copy and paste that into AI and say, make this more conversational, or make it more professional, uh, give it more inflection, all these different things that you can do. And because I've gone through the foundational steps, and the next step that we're going to cover is showing you how to take a YouTube video that you've done, take that transcript, put it into AI, and tell AI to analyze your text and tone so that it creates content that's consistent with the way that you talk.
I was just going to build upon that, Alex.
Yeah.
When you tell AI, could you add a little humor? Because if you're a person that likes to have a little bit of humor, or are you a CPA super dry? I don't know.
Yeah.
But you are something, and whatever you are, make sure that the AI understands fundamentally what that personality is, and it's going to really supercharge what you're trying to do. And when you do the series with YouTube, you're literally talking to a camera. It's learning exactly who you are. And
Yeah.
when you upload that, this system's going to take you to the next level.
Yeah. And so, like I say, it's foundational. I'm not here to overwhelm. I'm here to keep it as simple as I can. My goal and objective is to get everyone using it. So, with that said, I'm going to wrap it up. What's that?
Yeah, your homework is to actually put that prompt, which many of you didn't do this last week. Take the prompt from the classroom. Why don't you walk them right to the classroom?
But we have somebody that did it. Yes. And so your homework this week
Audrey's awesome. She did
Audrey
it. I
is
began
awesome.
to start it.
And so I'll go back to it.
I started, does that count?
No,
Your homework this
we're
week,
starting over.
Audrey, right
All of
here,
the series.
you go back to that original prompt where you asked it to create, you go back to this one, and you've bookmarked it, you go in and bookmark it, and you'll go in and you will paste the answers right here. And I'm going to give you this next prompt. It says, here's the answers to the 25 questions you need to know. So
Well, why don't you
I'll
take them
put
to the
that-
school platform and just show them how they can find it?
Yeah, well, it's not in there yet.
Well, the one you showed me this morning.
Yeah, so the week 1 is right here, and this is the prompt.
That's where you begin.
And so what we'll do is I'm going to create another page, and it'll be week 2. So it's not going to let me do it right now. But week 2 will be right here in the school platform. And I'll put that prompt in there with specific instructions so that you can paste that in there. And in fact, when we're offline, you and I will go through the exercise. Okay?
Can you do all of this with the free Grok?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, if you have an X account, and that's the one I'm using currently right now, the free account.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
Even though he's a super Grok, I'm still Grok.
What are you guys?
I'm here
thoughts
learning
on
with you
perplexity?
guys, please.
Say it again.
What are your thoughts on perplexity versus
I haven't used it.
But I know Tom Ferry loves it, so I think
Yeah.
it can be endorsed strongly by the real estate community.
But I think that no matter what AI you're using, this foundational step is something that you can take into any AI as the very first prompt that you do so that the content is consistent with who you are as an agent. And I think
Right.
that's most important.
I didn't see the last week's lesson, so I jumped in week 2, but I've kind of been following what you've been putting out and posting. Was it last week that you were on one of the EXP training? No, it was a BoldTrail training session
Yep.
you were on.
Yeah, I was on their webinar last week.
Yes, that was outstanding, man. Like I got so much from that, which is why I'm here
Thank-
now. So
Thank you.
for
You.
that.
Yeah, I picked up a ton of followers. And BoldTrail is going to have me back on that webinar to dig a little deeper into what we've discovered using the platform. So it was an honor.
David, where are you from?
I live in South Carolina, upstate.
Nice.
Tell all your agents locally, join what we're doing in California because we're going to help you and we're not charging you. We're just trying to bring value and we're wrapping this around all the other teams that we're building here. Brent Gove's basically my sponsor and we're here in his local office, which is something we want to be able to create content for everybody in EXP worldwide.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put it out there after after last week's lesson because we sit in all these different lessons or different webinars or whatever, and sometimes you get nothing, and the goal is to walk away with one thing, right? You just walk away with one thing that you can implement and use, and I took copious notes. I mean, it was just great.
Nice.
So whenever I have a moment like that where I get more than one thing that I can use, then it's one of those things that I share with my team and put out there with my downline to really jump in and to make use of it, especially when it's something as awesome as this with the academy that you got set up.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the kind words and encouragement there. We started doing this 4 years ago,
Yep.
and we've come a long way with it and helped a lot of agents along the way. And really, it's only an hour of our time that we take. But a lot of agents, they have taken the platform and really used it to grow their business. So it's cool to see.
And what we really want, Dave, is we want everyone to get on the school platform and just follow the classes. And each time we're setting some of these classes out, they are going to be series and they're going to be very specific on the steps you need to take so that you can actually improve your business. We understand this training's a galore, just like you mentioned. We just decided early on, one bite at a time.
And I just put the link to the school platform in there.
So everyone, you're not part of it, please join it.
Yeah.
And I think it's been a great beginning week, second week beginning. Did we record this one?
We did.
All right, there you go. We're learning too.
I had a question in the chat.
Go ahead.
Okay.
If we're not using Grok, what other chat platforms do you suggest? I've been using Gemini.
Gemini's fine. I'm not centric to any one of them. Whichever one you feel aligns with whatever you're doing is is fine. I I've made that very clear. It doesn't matter which one you're using, but what really matters is you take care of the foundation of it. And that's what we're going over. Take care of the foundational part of that programming of the AI so that when you do produce that content, no matter which one it is, it's going to be consistent with who you are.
Yeah,
Did you
that,
say you use multiple ones?
I do.
yeah, you will too, you guys. You're going to use multiple AIs, and something may come out that's better. What we're trying to teach you is fundamentally how you begin the process with an AI.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, it's going to answer questions randomly like crazy, and it's going to screw up your database. It's going to screw up your marketing. Just slow down to go fast, depending on which one of these AI platforms you're using. Use this basic starting point. This is what we're trying to tell you. And as we advance through the series, you're going to see different techniques that really apply to BoldTrail. But man, if we don't take this step, you're just going to screw the whole thing up and not have success.
It's not a matter of screwing it up. I mean, you're not going to screw it up, but you're going to produce content that doesn't sound like you and is not consistent with your goals and objectives. So I appreciate your enthusiasm.
I am excited,
but
I'm learning and I'm so
but
excited.
we're not, let's scale it back a little bit. It's foundational, and I'll keep saying that because it's important. Because if we don't take care of this programming up front, take the time to answer those questions, then you're just going to have generic content. Tom.
Interesting comments on Gemini. I've used Gemini probably in the last 2 weeks. It's been a minute. I was trying to ask it to create a logo for me for my business, and it kept sending me the same logo over and over. In fact, I kept responding, okay, this is the same logo. Can you? And I repeated my prompt, and it literally sent me the same logo. Finally, I just said, this is the 4th time you've sent me the same image. You clearly don't get what I'm trying to do. Or you can't implement what I've asked you.
You get mad at the AI.
And I said, and it's AI's got great people skills. I'll admit that. I genuinely apologize. You're absolutely right, and I understand your frustration. This guy should be in customer service.
And
It's clear that despite your descriptions, the image generated isn't translating into your vision correctly, and repeatedly. So
Yeah.
it kept apologizing. I'm not intentionally sending you the same image. I'm trying anyway. So
Yeah.
again, great people skills, but it just did translate.
Yeah.
So it suggested, I'm truly sorry I haven't been able to deliver the unique, precise logo you're looking for.
Yeah.
Please try again later or try something else.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right,
And-
great.
Tom makes a great point, but I want to make a point before we close this recording. I am truly a student here with Alex. He's really the master trainer. So don't really take too much of what I guide you with a whole lot of, just listen to Alex because I'm learning with you guys.
Yeah,
I've run a big team, but we have Alex to help us.
And one of the reasons I think Steve and I work so well in this platform is that he reins me back. He keeps me grounded so that I don't give you a fire hose information at one time and lose the whole audience.
Yeah, squirt gun us.
And it took me a couple of years really to figure that out, is that, look, we need to focus on one thing, repeat it, explain it, say it again, and then repeat it again.
Yeah.
Because that's, we're all have some sort of ADHD that we're dealing with. So, all right. So with that said, Audrey, you have a question.
Yes, so I already paid a ChatGPT the Plus, so I named
Yep.
my ChatGPT as Anna.
Nice.
So I asked Anna the comparative top 4 AI and take all the benefits, and then I'm gonna give it my prompt and then cross-check it and take the best of it.
Nice.
So
Very good.
yes,
That's using AI.
right? So
Yeah.
because I'm not used to the Grok, and then I don't know.
Well, no, Grok is something we've chosen. What we try to make clear is they all work. Pick one.
Yeah.
Is it Perplexity? Is it Claude? Is it Grok? Is it there's going to be more coming to the table. So at this moment, we just ask you to pick one and train it.
Yeah,
Right? So
yeah.
I asked Anna, so give me the business, compare with the Groks and everything, Gemini, and then sure, I'll train.
Yeah.
Stuff like this.
I
So you
think
use
it's great.
Grok, Gemini, ChatGPT, and what's the 4th one?
Claude.
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 Microsoft.
Microsoft. Yeah.
Microsoft.
CLOD, is that how you spell
I don't know.
it? Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right.
All right, we're getting
Yeah.
we're getting loopy here this morning. So
Yeah.
thank you guys. I think that's it for the week.
All right. Thanks you. If you guys need help with your BoldTrail, I get calls throughout the week. I did 30 minutes with a guy this week that said he knew everything about BoldTrail and just needed a little bit of help with databasing. And he's hired me to coach his whole team at the end of it. So that was an interesting call. But just reach out to me. I have no problem spending a couple minutes on the phone and just get you on the right direction. All right. Thanks for joining me. And this recording will be on school with the prompt to when you answer the questions. Thank you guys for joining me.
All right, thanks,
Oh,
guys.
thanks, guys.
You.
Just